The Aussie NFL Fantasy Show would like to acknowledge the traditional land owners and the leaders past, present and emerging of Ngunnawal, Ngambri and Darawal countries where we are working from today. This always was, and always will be, Aboriginal land.
This is the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show.
Oh god, this episode has to be one of the worst ones.
That's just me slapping in sunscreen, mate.
I just feel like I'm there. I'm not there for a rectal exam. It's there for just, just a quick check.
Mate, we can always schedule you for that. It's just going to cost them.
Aussie.
Here's an update. I think there's two seagulls having sex next to my car. This is the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
So film it and create a new platform called Only Goals.
NFL.
Yeah, I'm not even believing that. I'm sorry, but I'm not even believing that.
Fantasy.
This is the weirdest fucking... I'm sorry, I'm rattled.
Oh my gosh. Just went from bad to worse. Oh god.
This is the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show.
How much of this will Maddie cut out, by the way?
I don't know, probably.
This is
Sorry, I just got AIDS then.
We are back. It's, of course, the idiot friend here, Matty C, who's recently fired himself from fantasy football because apparently I suck. And my colleague who I fired fairly recently, Manjot Melly. Welcome back to the show, my brother.
Yeah, I'm actually on the freaking unemployment line at the moment because I've been fired. I'm very lucky I'm on a freaking one episode. What is it? 5 episodes this week contract. A 1 week contract. There you go. I'm glad I got there. But thanks, Matty Connor. I mean, I'm glad back in business with you, at least for this show. I'll still have to be on a performance-based contract plan. I'm hearing from everyone.
Oh, I mean, 100%. It'd be all incentives, right? Because
Yeah.
a bit of a tough start to your general managing career in the Astro League. Anyhow,
Shit.
I've fired myself from that team, so have a look behind you in the unemployment line. I'm right down the back.
But hey, what's up?
Yeah, at least I got the jump start.
Sailor, I love this that you've just got. We've got to do this every week. Got to make sure we just talk long enough for you to go. Hey, I'm over here. Always good to have you on, brother. Good to see you, mate.
As you can see, my mantra is back. Indianapolis are dog shit.
Oh, why is that?
Yeah, I wonder why that is. But basically, they're just our bunnies. We beat them 5 times in a row, and every single week I wish the Titans would just play the Colts because we'd have a 17-0 season.
All right, and sprinkle in a few games against the Jags in there as well, just for some variety of.
That's what's funny. We haven't actually played either the Jags or the Texans yet, so we get the Texans this week. So we've only played 2 games against the South, so I'll definitely a few of those coming.
Oh yeah, I'm not looking forward to that at all.
And what is it? They've only got 1.5 wins, the Colts in the South. Only got the 1.5 wins.
The 1.5
games. Yeah, because they fucking tied the Texans. Very lucky. It should have been a loss. It should just be the 1 in 5 wins.
Their record is so much better than it should be. Like, they should be so much worse. Like, how they even won that Denver game, I'll never know. How they won the Chiefs game is just an absolute anomaly.
That's an aberration, isn't it? Like, you look at their whole record and go, what is that?
What is this? You look through the Colts loss.
What are these things not like the others?
Look through the Chiefs games and you're just like, that is an albatross just sticking out. What the hell is that?
Well,
the Chiefs better be looking at that and be like, how the fuck do we lose to these dudes?
Everyone, you can have a bad day at work, I guess. I mean, just one, maybe just one if you're that good. But I'd give them a mulligan on that one. That'll be okay.
That's not a bad day at work. That's shitting your undies at work. Like, that is horrendous.
And we've all done that.
Matt Ryan style.
Matt Ryan style. Which is perfect because he's the Colts. I mean, it's just the two things have married in the most perfect way.
That's abandoning your undies in the toilet cubicle, mate. That is like that. You can't handle that.
Just leaving them tucked behind the system. Yeah, fantastic. Not speaking from experience.
Of course.
Tay, I understand you're having a cracking season in the Astro League, just like Manjot and I. You've only got the team sent like from heavens above. You have a look down your roster. But man, what's doing with the Vinegar Strokes?
Nothing like getting the report from Ryan every single week saying you've got the 100 ranking and then for the rest of the season your team should be the best and then you just go out and lose. It's absolutely wonderful. 3 in a row. The only solace I'm taking is that I lost 3 in a row, very similar to this last year, and they're pretty much the same scenario. So I'm hoping I can go on a bit of a run. I'm happy with how my team looks, but in the end,
you should be. You should be. That's a good team in a 10-team league.
The hope is that it's going to turn around eventually. Obviously, I made a 9-player trade. I don't know if we're going to break that as some sort of record, but me being me, I literally came to Pete this week. I think it was on like Monday, so the games weren't even close to over. And I actually wrote to him and said, Pete, I'm thinking about doing something massive here, mate. Let's make it happen. I didn't even say any players or anything. That's all I prefaced it with. And he was like, mate, yeah, let's make something happen. And then it was just going to be 7 initially. And he's like, let's chuck the kickers in. I'm like, sweet, let's do it.
God bless you, Pete Ryan. I don't know if you even listen to us anymore because you're a very smart man, so you probably don't. But if you are listening, God bless you, Pete Ryan.
His family, he told us his family listens to us commentate his games in ACD Gridiron. So
that's nice.
There's some representations of Ryan House of us two idiots just talking football. I don't know if Pete has the time doing Wolves training. I saw him at Top Golf on Instagram.
Oh, I saw him at that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Pete with the swing, his golf swing. And then he sends a swing out, and the next day he's had another big swing and has a 9-player trade, including kickers. I was just like, I was the first one rushing into the Astro League chat. I was just like, what the hell went on there?
I kept saying to you guys in the other chat,
trade
like, something's coming.
Yeah,
something's coming.
You were talking about it all day. You're like, the waves, the plates are rattling, something's coming.
There was almost someone else
Jurassic
too.
Park.
I almost had another trade going at the same time, but then when I did that 9-player one, I kind of looked at my team and went, I'm kind of giving away too much again to sort of move one player higher. Like I was basically trying to get a bigger upgrade at quarterback, but then I'm like, then it leaves me with only 2 running backs, and it just sort of got too complicated. So I was like, I'll just go the 9-player trade and keep it less complicated.
We should talk, mate. We've got Gino, so we should talk. If you want a good quarterback,
huge upgrade.
Yeah, 100%. Well, hang on. Sorry, I've completely forgotten because your team's not the same as it was like 8 days ago at all.
Of course not.
Who are you trotting out there now?
It's Tua now. It's Tua.
Oh, yeah. So, Gino, big upgrade over Tua. No worries. We'll talk.
I like his. I had to get out of the Brady stakes. I'm in I got too much Brady in a lot of my leagues this year. So, some leagues I've been able to sustain it. Some leagues I've been able to sustain it. It's definitely been something that's probably hurt me in the last 3 weeks. So hoping a tour against the Lions this week will be more fruitful.
Fingers crossed. I've got a few shares of tour this year. Yikes. Never thought I'd be saying that. Now, guys, just in the last couple of weeks, we've been having a little banter on here and asking kind of like a bit of a question of the day almost. And it's kind of funny because I originally had this question about 3 weeks ago, and every time we hop on, we end up talking about something different. So today, I'm going to bring it up, and you guys will have been so well prepared for this question. I mean, this season, everyone's complaining about how wild it is. Nobody knows anything about fantasy football at the moment, but there's some nice news stories in it. And what I wanted to know, in a good news story way, is who's kind of been the most pleasantly surprising fantasy own for either of you guys in any league format this season, and why has that player been such a nice, like pleasantly, surprisingly good fantasy own? Taylor, you look ready to answer this one. I'll give Manjot a second to really mull it over. But I'll come to you, Tay.
You know what's funny is we talked about this 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I had a list of a couple of players, actually 3 players total.
Yeah. You were going to make it a segment.
And not one of them I would consider relevant now.
That hammers home the point, doesn't it?
All 3. I mean, you could probably say in a way that they have been, because I think they've still returned value. But all 3 of them have basically nosedived in the last 3 weeks. I'll just bring them up quickly for a laugh. So one's Jared Goff, because at the time he was quarterback 3, I think, 100%. And now he's quarterback 12. The other one was the next one was Curtis Samuel, because I literally picked him up off a lot of waiver wires. And at that point, he was like wide receiver 11 or something, and now he's just nosedived as well, just because quarterback situation and they're just shit house. And the last one was actually Christian Kirk. I was just bringing him up because there was a couple of leagues, obviously, that I'd drafted him in, and at that point, I think he was in the top 10. And then
Yeah.
he's just had a couple of. He's not bad. I would still consider
Touchdown
him.
week 6, but last week was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just sort of turned a little bit for him, but like again, he's still relevant. Like he's definitely ahead of.
And
where
now
you
he gets the
drafted him.
Broncos overseas. Like, yeah.
No, that's it.
But legit now, 2 weeks on, and the whole league's completely different. Even McCaffrey's on a different team now. What the fuck? What would you say now, though?
It proves how week to week this is. So I want to actually bring someone up. So it's funny. It started about 3 weeks ago. I looked at a game between the Pats and the Steelers, I believe, and I started to see a turn at the running back position. I started to see more. So I'll just say it. So I was looking at Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson's usage, and all of a sudden it was basically 50-50. And to me, that's huge for Ramondre because Ramondre's the passing down guy. So if they're ever behind, he's going to basically play the whole second half. But even if he's not, if he's getting half the rush attempts too, I just think that's really fruitful for him because I think they're going to want him to take over eventually anyway because of the contract situation. They can pretty much punt Harris or trade him, and then it's going to be Ramondre's job anyway. So I thought that was an awesome opportunity to trade because he hadn't broken out yet. So that's the perfect situation because you're starting to see usage, but you haven't actually seen a boom game yet. So that's where people might be willing to trade you him. So what I did was I basically made it my mission that week to try and get him in as many leagues as I could. Manjot's content league, I actually traded DeAndre Swift for Stevenson and Hopkins. So that's worked out pretty well considering Swift hasn't played a second since. Ramondre's killed it from the last 3 weeks.
Manjot,
And now
what
I've
are
got
you
Hopkins
doing,
back
mate?
as well, so.
Hey, it wasn't me. It was just in the league.
It wasn't Manjot.
Oh, good.
He said
Manjot's
Manjot content league because I'm the commissioner.
I'm like in Manjot, where Manjot's team in the content league. I'm like, oh my god, was he? What did you eat in that day? Like, were you unwell?
Oh, no,
Thinking about your welfare, mate, because I care.
That wasn't even. I offered something completely different, and then that was the counter. I'm like, okay, that sounds good to me. And then I had 3 different leagues where I traded Chase Edmonds for him pretty much straight up.
Nice.
And literally since then, the arrow was just completely gone up for Ramondre Stevenson and completely gone down for Chase Edmonds. So it was possibly the perfect timed trade of the season, and I did it in multiple leagues. I think one of them I actually did Kareem Hunt for Ramondre, which is honestly pretty close.
Wow,
Like
that's
Kareem
a really
Hunt
good trade.
Either.
Yeah, that's a really good trade
either.
Because, for the Hunt owner, you actually feel like you're probably doing all right with that trade at the time. So like that's. I'm not sure you could necessarily say the same about Chase. I was never a big Chase guy, and I know you definitely were, and you were doing a really good job selling his high points and where he could be successful. And I just never bought it, but I have bought that with Kareem Hunt.
One of them was my brother that I traded Chase Edmonds for, and he's not happy.
Screw him. He's only your brother. He has to love you anyway.
My Sizzling Quinny's league, I dropped Chase Edmonds from Ramondre Stevenson. And then in another league, as I said, I went Kareem Hunt to him, and then there's the content league as well. So I literally picked him up in 4 leagues in 1 week.
So many leagues.
And then it was the timing of it. Like I think he was running back 35 at the time, and now he's running back 9 on the season. So it was a massive turnaround. So I have to say that's been my pickup of the season for sure. There's definitely been some trades that haven't worked out, but that one, or those 4, definitely have been my biggest wins of the year.
Mushka.
Oh.
Hey, man, I think Tay did a good job filibustering there.
Absolutely.
hey, look, I mean,
if you're going to go off our team, no one's been good in our fantasy team.
But look, the guy who you traded that package to in the content team, Frank, he beat me this week. So with Hopkins, so I'm like a little bit pissed off there. But look, it would have been a worse hiding potentially with Ramondre. It would have been the same. So whatever. But look, it seemed like a decent win with Hopkins. I mean, I'll give him credit. Anyway, my player also he's in my content team league. I'm gonna go with Kenneth Walker. I'm gonna go with him. Yeah. He's been one of those guys where I've just been waiting on him a little bit. He just needed that opportunity. They say luck is where preparation meets opportunity. I think that's the exact term you can use for Kenneth Walker. He was just ready to walk into that role from day one. And he just has all of these big rushes. He turns in one big run every game. And that's just great fantasy value. Look, wherever I can get Kenneth Walker at this point, I'm just gonna try and get him because
He'll cost you a bomb now.
I don't know if you can anymore.
Yeah, the Kenneth's the guy, but yeah, it's just too
Like
hard.
Damian
You're
Pierce,
right.
that ship is sailing, brother. You're gonna have to swim out after it.
Yeah, I think I got Kenneth in a couple of dynasties though, so I'm pretty
Good.
set.
Yeah, if you don't have him now, though, it's gonna be tough. Gee, if you've got him,
Yeah.
you're on a good streak. Because
Oh,
I mean,
had a
I don't know how they
dynasty.
give Rashad Penny that back after he spent 2 years not doing anything. He was the only guy because I hadn't put any faith in Walker yet. And now Walker's been there 10 minutes and looks amazing. I don't know how you give it back to Penny.
Yeah, I had Brees Hall in a dynasty. I thought he was a pretty good player until he got injured this week.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
That's bad
amazing.
news.
He was amazing. Yeah,
It was a
just,
full
you know,
breakout. Him and Kenneth Walker together, they were just
and
absolutely
he
dominant.
like that's an
Dominating
amazing
Pierce, yeah.
running back class. Like
It's
fuck,
been
that's-
awesome, hasn't it? And
Mm.
honestly,
and Brian Robinson's coming in, my boy. He's
the
coming in
receivers
now.
have fallen off. The receivers have fallen off, and the running backs have really taken over in terms of the rookie class. Like you've seen the receivers be the guys in the last few years, but this is definitely the running back year.
Who would
Yeah.
you say is the cream of the receivers so far this year for the rookies?
It's hard. It was like it sort of flipped. Like it was Drake London early, and
Yeah.
then that's just gone to absolute pass. I'm
It was
starting to
Garrett
like,
Wilson early, wasn't it?
And
then
Garrett
Drake
Wilson
London.
as
It's
well.
not Wilson now either. He's gone to pass.
like
and
George Pickens is starting to come on with some awesome
Yeah.
plays.
He's had like
but he's
But
like,
even that's
yeah.
hard because he's got Kenny, like he's got a terrible offense, so
he's got
it's hard
Pickett.
to really trust him too.
Yeah, he's
it's a
got
mess.
Pickett to Pickens. That's a lot of picks in there.
Yeah, and there are a lot of
Yeah.
picks. Yeah,
Yeah, way too many picks.
Way too
When
many.
Pickett throws to Pickens, you're gonna have an interception to Noah Igbenigany. There you go. I don't even know who is the intended
Swear
receiver
jar.
of that play anymore. Yeah.
Says
Don't
me.
even-
I think my player in this would be Gino, though, to stay with the Seahawks, because
Yeah.
who on fucking earth first thought Gino was even starting for the Seahawks this year? And he's a top like 5 fantasy quarterback, and I can't explain it. But he is literally the only good player on my fantasy team at the moment. I start him, and I feel good about it. I've traded away practically everyone else, and then I had to trade him because Dak was coming back, and I felt sad having to trade him. And he was probably it would have been better to keep him. I can't explain how Gino is doing this, but he is, and it's amazing.
The Seahawks in general have been amazing. Like honestly, to lead that division, I'm straight away. I said they'll be flappy ass cheeks this year, and honestly, I understand why I thought that. Like honestly, looking back, I just never thought there was a chance this was happening. And Gino has stepped up so much, and this team in general has just found a way. Like, and obviously, there's probably been some teams around them that just haven't really played as well as expected. But
Hey,
for
you only get to
them,
beat who you play, though.
exactly, you've got 4 wins in the first 7 games. It's absolutely amazing and good on them because they're a bit of an underdog story this year. Everyone just thought they'd be tanking for a future quarterback, but
And I was totally giving Manjot shit when I'm like, oh, you wait till the Seahawks win that division. They're probably not going to win it. But, I mean, shit.
Yeah. And how
Don't
about
look now.
yeah? And how about Matty? You know, you nailed that Saquon Barkley call as well. When a
My
lot of
only
us were
good call.
doubting, a lot of us were doubting you. Me were
absolutely.
doubting you. I'll give you massive credit for that Saquon Barkley call.
I'll
He's-
accept that, and we can ignore every other call I made because no others have been good at all. They've all
I
been shit.
made,
Every single
I
one.
made
Total
no
shit.
other calls. No other calls.
I love how I
just
can
Saquon.
just. I love how I just remember like the good calls we've had. Like I picked Ayuk to have a good season. He's been having a few flashes here and there. He needs Trey though. I mean, once he gets Trey, oh man, that duo is going to be amazing. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for Trey to just be fully healthy for 1 year and no Jimmy G anymore.
Oh,
And
man,
then
for one
Ayuk-
game would be great. If Trey could be healthy for a game, that'd be great.
Yeah, if
I'm
he
just
can be
changing my
healthy
name, guys.
and not even freaking, not even have a freaking run script the whole game for Trey. Yeah, Matty,
up.
good call.
Yeah, I've changed my name just to celebrate Manshot celebrating me. So Matty Good Call it is for the rest of the show.
Yeah, and I was I
A
mean,
good episode, Matty.
yeah. And look, speaking on Jets trades, we've been talking about
Yeah.
James Robinson. That's an amazing trade for us because we needed that to happen. Split
We
him
did.
in ETN.
Right.
We really needed
Oh,
that shit. And
we
then,
needed that.
oh man, there's another Jets trade, Elijah Moore, Taylor's boy, man. I'm always wondering what happened to him. I think this is just a ploy by Taylor to make us fight for him in the freaking draft.
I actually thought that the other day. I was like literally taking the garbage out, and I'm like, for some reason, just like came to my mind about the draft in Astro, and I'm like, I wonder if like people are going to start thinking I just talked up Elijah Moore just so these two could draft him, and then I just never drafted him anywhere else.
Do you know why
Like,
you're thinking that? You're on your way out to a green bin, which made you think of the
Yeah.
Jets.
Yeah, maybe. Made me
Yeah.
think of Elijah Moore because he has been garbage.
Garbage, hot garbage. Yeah,
He's
mate,
got, what,
that's
zero
such a stitch up.
targets?
Zero. He hasn't played last week. He's 0 targets the week before that.
Yeah.
We straight out dropped him. We just dropped him.
Yeah, we just dropped him. We tried to trade
You
him.
had to.
Yeah.
Oh, I tried like the Dickens to trade him too. I had 6 trade offers going out to people the week before. He had the 0 target game. And then I
boy.
was pissed because I still had to start him that week, but I was just trying to find anyone to take him. And no good. So we started him. He got 0 targets. And we just dropped him for Claypool. And
How
Claypool
was this for an on-the-spot call from me? I see that DeAndre Swift's out. I've literally just worked 5 hours at a beer festival in Newcastle. Absolutely ran off my feet.
Yeah.
And I literally get a thing about 5 minutes after it's finished saying DeAndre Swift's out. And I'm like, what the hell do I do here? Tyler Boyd off the wave. This is 26.5 points. I still didn't get me the win somehow, though, but it was absolutely
He scored
amazing.
a quarter of your team's points, too. You just found him. And it's not like your team's full of scrubs, mate.
And now I've traded him.
Yeah, rightly. Fuck that guy.
And let me be honest, he ain't even fantasy page performer of the week this week. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Tough week.
great segue though, because we got to get the pastry performers for week 7 so we can put a bow on week 7. I'm gonna fire up the drop. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
They're so sweet and fresh.
Really?
Yeah. Thanks for calling pastries. Thanks for calling pastries. Pastries, pastries. I got all my pastries. Pastries, pastries. We get 'em while they hot. We get 'em while they hot. We get 'em while they hot. I got all my pastries and I got 'em while they hot.
Mate, I am awesome with this shit. It's only been 50 shows today. 50th show of the season.
It has to be the pastry show, isn't it?
It is. It's a pastry show. Man, I don't even know what to say about week 7. We thought week 6 was a bullshit weird week. And then enter week 7. Where are you going to start, brother?
Oh, we didn't even have Bills Chiefs to like freaking bail out this whole week. Man, we've seen some garbage ass football in the last few weeks. I think this season, I don't even know anymore. I mean, the Giants, the Jets, they're doing well, and teams like the freaking Broncos suck ass, the Colts suck ass. Man, I
We know
reckon, I reckon, to start the page performance segment. How about some lowlights? We did the shit sandwiches awards. I think we had this a couple weeks ago, and Marky Mark was on. I was like to Taylor, "Oh, you should do the shit sandwich award." I think Taylor, you should have a shit sandwich award. Go for it, man. I'll put you in.
Give that a shit sandwich.
Thanks for putting me on the spot. I had absolutely no idea.
Come on, man. It's behind you, isn't it? The team behind you. They've got to be at the whole team, including especially the quarterback, right?
The whole quarterback's finally been dumped.
Yeah.
The quarterback that everyone was basically calling the Messiah and the person that's going to turn their season around, just like the guy before him, and just like the guy before that, just goes and gets himself benched for a 6th-round pick. How good are the Colts?
Oh, but don't you know Matt Ryan's hurt now? So.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, it's not a bench.
Oh, yeah, and it's going to happen anyway. Wow, what a way to treat a legend like that. Come on, man. Might as well.
A former MVP.
Yeah, sad way to end your career, getting benched by Sam Elling.
How about the Colts go after a guy that's like sort of near his prime once? Just one time.
Look, I had that prediction, didn't I, a couple of weeks ago, Baker Mayfield to the Colts, and I had a whole argument with my boy Jack for a whole 2 hours. Because I was just talking. I mean, Baker, he doesn't even have. He had like one good year. He's a 1-year wonder. he's only good in like even years, and
Well,
even this year.
was he good or was his defense good? So
Yeah.
Yeah, the defense.
yeah.
And the Steelers were absolutely dog shit despite being 11-0 at that one point.
Yeah.
That was an
Oh,
anomaly too.
Worst 11-0 team ever.
Yeah,
Isn't it? Where they
never.
lose all but one of their next like 6 games or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Oh.
strength of schedule hides some of the defects of some teams. So
Yeah.
better be careful. Eagles potentially. Not gonna doubt the Eagles though. They're a good team, I reckon. But anyway,
I'll doubt him. I'll doubt him for you, mate. I'll take that burden off you.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to my boy Jack just saying, yeah, couple hours yesterday morning. I was just randomly arguing. I was like, Baker Mayfield's going to the Colts next year because it's such a Colts thing to do.
Yeah,
I
so
was like,
good.
I'm
Please.
like, this is the
I just
worst
thought they were going to
argument.
get Jimmy. I just always thought
Yeah,
it was
I
going to be
think it's
Jimmy.
either Baker or Jimmy because that's just how trash they are.
I'd be happy
look-
with either of those.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be Mac Jones at the end of the day after what happened to him Monday Night Football. Him getting benched for Zappy, man.
And then Zappy looks so good.
Yeah, Zappy. Oh.
We'll talk about him in a later show this week. Yeah,
We
he's
will.
coming.
He's coming. Mac Jones, he beat the Bledsoe allegations. So I think if he beats the Drew Bledsoe allegations, he can win a pastry. Nah, I don't give him out that easily.
No.
So
God.
slamming the door on him.
Don't do that to yourself, man. You're better than that.
Yeah. Let's get on to the week 7 pastry.
Come on, let's do it.
Of the week. Now, the rookie, man, I already mentioned him. Kenneth Walker, straight up, I'm gonna go straight into him. What a game he had yet again. And Kenneth Walker, he deserves it. Finally, I think I've just been waiting for the right time to honor a Seahawk here. I think this is the time where I've got to honor him because man, he has just been great. And oh my gosh, he had an amazing game. 23 carries, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns. Got me a solid 28.8 points in any format pretty much because he didn't even score in PPR sort of forms. But anyway, Kenneth Walker, definitely rookie of the week. This dude, he carried my entire fantasy team. I'm very grateful. I mean, we've still lost by 30 points, but look, I'm grateful. Still grateful.
Carry him to the loss.
Yeah. Look,
like Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd.
My points 4. My points 4 on my league.
50. He carried me from a 58-point loss to 30-point loss. So
God bless you, Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker is eligible, I reckon, for the Pastry Performer of the Week and the Fantasy Pastry Performer of the Week, and even Offense Pastry Performer of the Week. We'll see which one he gets later because I think he's coming up next. He's coming up. Now
Walker's on.
Yeah, now the Aussie Pastry Performer. Yeah, Walker on, of course. Walker's on. Great song. Now, Aussie Pastry Performer. Look, there wasn't many Aussies that played football this week because the Eagles won a bye, so I took away all of the Aussies. So I just gave it to Wisnowski.
I was about to say, it's just going to go to Wisnowski again.
Yeah, Wisnowski by default. Look,
the Wisnowski Award goes to...
Yeah,
I think we're going to have to rename it.
Yeah, the Mitchell Wisnowski Aussie Pastry Performer of the Week award goes to Mitchell Wisnowski. It's the Obama meme where Obama puts the freaking Presidential Medal of Freedom on his own neck.
On himself.
Yeah. Look, I mean, him and Cameron Johnston were 1 punt each. So I had to think about who to give it. What? Wisnowski's one, the dude fumbled it on his own 5. So look, I'm going to give it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Sky Moore. That's exactly right. Ah, man, I hyped that dude up way too much in preseason. And he hasn't done anything. Where
Sky
is he?
Moron.
Yeah. Elijah Moron, too.
Sky Paw? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had both of them in the freaking wankers. No wonder we fucking suck.
Not more.
Anyway.
Less.
Yeah. That's the Aussie Pastry Performers. Yeah, Mitch Wisnowski by default, pretty much. I mean, Cameron Johnson had 1 punt for 55 yards. Pretty good performance by him.
What a great punt! Oh, give it to him.
Wisnowski's going to be a fat bastard before these pastries turn out.
I don't know if his physical conditioning coach would like all this pastry.
Look, he signed a 4-year contract. That means there's another 4 years of pastries coming up. Let me just say that.
We need to can this segment next year then.
Oh boy, you ain't canning this. If you can this segment, you might as well can me from this show.
I fired you once, mate. I'll do it again. I'm such an asshole. Sorry, mate. Your segment.
This is why Spain loves us.
Yeah, this is why Spain.
Big in Spain. Big in Spain.
Yeah, we just got big in Spain.
Well, does Blankenship at least get a pastry then?
I need a
Rodrigo.
special team. I need a special teams pastry performer of the week. But yeah, look, Blankenship, 100%. Anyway,
He had like 46 field goals the other day.
yeah, he was good. He was good. Look, I'll go defensive pastry performers. AFC. I had no idea who to give it to. So I gave it to Juwan Thornhill from the Chiefs. He had 11 tackles and
Yeah, he was everywhere.
Yeah, so I'll go give it to him. Look, it was a tough one this week. There was a ton of good performers, and I just wasn't sure. Ton of good performers, and maybe not as many standouts, many obvious standouts as before. So I got to give it to Juwan Thornhill. And then the NFC side, I went for Roquan Smith. He had 12 tackles, a sack, and an int. So look, similar stat line to freaking Thornhill. But yeah, the Bears got the upset
In the
victory.
big upset. That's the thing, though, right? He pretty much beat the Patriots himself, which was amazing.
Yeah, he did well. I mean, look, I got to give an honorary pastry to his teammate Briscoe, Jaquan
enough.
Briscoe. Look, if you're getting kicked in the fucking balls by Mac Jones and a couple plays later you intercept him just like that, man, you better be fucking stepping over him. You better be stepping over him like freaking Iverson. That's just how it felt. He did the right thing and celebrate with his teammates rather than go up and celebrate Mac Jones's face and get a 15-yard penalty. Good on you, Briscoe. Get your pastry, man. You get a free. Look, you and Roquan getting pastry sent to Chicago at this point because
your mansions.
Yeah.
Matt gave a sack wet.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
I think
offenses. Yeah, Mac tried, man. I mean, he clearly went for the kick. He went for it. He went for it. The kick to the balls. And look,
naughty Mac.
Briscoe got his revenge. And look, Eli and Peyton, man, I was watching their commentary of it, man.
Oh, were you?
Eli was like, he went for the jewels. And then Eli's like, oh, it's the same dude who intercepted who once got kicked in the jewels. He's like, that's the way to get back at him. Man, Eli and Peyton, great segment, great Manning cast. I always enjoy it. So yeah, massive shout outs to the Manning cast for that great one.
Do you realize that's our future, though, Manjot? It's going to be the Manjot and Maddie cast, and we're going to be doing that in the future because there'll be ACT Gridiron.
Oh,
we'll have literally dozens of people watching it.
Yeah, we get the dozens of people, and the other dudes that commentate get in the hundreds. So, look, good on them. But hey, yeah, I mean, I think
we get a pastry for the Commentator of the Week award again.
Yeah, I think we do. The Australian Commentators of the Week got to be us. I think. I know there's that radio app, Hijack Sports, but you guys got to be reaching out to us at this point. We'll be doing live NFL radio commentaries on Monday mornings if Maddie can get a day off.
Oh, mate, I would do it totally. And, when they talk to our people and organize this, that'll be great. They don't come to us. They've got to go through our people.
Yeah, they got to go through the freaking, what's his name? That public
Speak to my
defender
agent.
dude. I think that public defender dude's a bit busy right now doing property law and almost, just dying from that shit.
You
reading
poor bugger.
12,000 words. Yeah, but luckily he had enough time to do the offensive page performance this week. I got to give Jamar Chase the AFC one. Again, he's second week in a row.
With that.
Yeah, I've got to give it to him. And Chase, man, he was just electric against Atlanta. It's the perfect matchup. If you're the defending offensive page performer of the week and you're going up against Atlanta, man, that's the dream. That's a dream matchup, especially at wide receiver.
It's been a month of Josh Allen and Jamar Chase as the performers.
It has.
And if you'd given it a Burrow, I would have been okay too, really. I mean, he had 300 yards and 4 touchdowns in a half. I mean, come on. That's not bad.
Oh, Burrow could be getting one later.
Yeah, I'm just saying, he could have given it to him and I would have been like, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm considering he's not over yet for Burrow.
No,
not
there's
over
still
yet.
categories, I know, but
There's
just saying.
still other categories. So
Too
yeah,
much
and the
foreskin.
NFC offensive page performer.
Too much
Yeah.
foreskin.
Look, I already said this one twice for the NFC page performer, offensive page performer. I want Kenneth Walker for this one again. Look, this guy
And a
far and
show.
away. I think too much.
I
Man,
thought he was going to say
Kenneth Walker.
Wishnowski.
Look, the only oh man, the only thing wrong with Kenneth Walker is the team he plays for, and that's it.
Yeah.
He's a good player, but the team he plays for, I hate them with passion. But I love Kenneth Walker. I hate his team.
You will love the week I wear a Seahawks jersey. It's coming, mate.
Yeah, it's very Kenneth Walker.
Cardinals
Ralph.
today. I've got Patrick Peterson's old Cardinals on today. One armed, of course, because I'm battling. But yeah, the week I'm wearing the Seahawks, you'll love my Seahawks player, by the way. Too much foreskin, but yeah, it's coming.
Oh. Yeah.
It was an NFC week. You know how I've got to alternate? Last week was Chiefs.
Yeah.
This week Cardinals. Yeah. One of the NFC weeks, it's coming.
Swimming in foreskin.
We are.
Wow,
Always
Kenneth Walker.
are.
Can't argue with Kenneth Walker though, because man, someone started him in start to the week and feels pretty good about it.
Yeah. Look. Yeah. The fantasy patient performer.
Here we go.
Yeah, the fantasy patient performer. Now, it was a tough choice again. Kenneth was up there, but he just wasn't good enough for the another running back in the same game. I went with Austin Eckler. He especially in PPR. I'm thinking about PPR. That's where I've mainly based this sort of award. But look, Eckler, he had 9 rushing attempts, 31 yards, and a touchdown. Ah, man, those are trash stats, aren't they? But then when you get 12 catches and your 12 targets, 96 yards and a touchdown, and get 37 fantasy points at running back, which is probably the worst position apart from tight end in the whole freaking. I don't know what's worse, finding a good running back or good tight end. That's not even a question. But look, finding a good running back is just impossible at this point.
We know there's at least 2 good tight ends. We don't know that there's any good running backs.
I just traded for Eckler last week too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, I actually thought, didn't I have Eckler a bit higher than you guys in the PPR rankings?
You're gonna make me check.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you check. But I'm pretty sure I had I was even arguing towards the end of preseason when everyone's like Taylor or CMC at pick one. I was like, Eckler should be considered too, and I think he's just vindicated himself. Definitely growing into the game more and more each week. I think he's got touchdowns in each of his last 4 games after going without one the first 3 weeks. So he's just come into life. And I think Eckler, he's a good fantasy value pick here. So that's where we can tie in a bit of the Pastry Performers of the week. So yeah, to the fantasy world. So Eckler, good value. If anyone's got Eckler in the league, Taylor, please give him to me because I do want a few more shares of Eckler. Taylor, please. Yeah, please, some more Eckler.
Yeah. Eckler scored more than our entire team last week, so we were willing to trade you our entire team.
It looked like that.
Offered that a few times for multiple players.
Yeah, okay. Well, their teams are better, so take their trades. And
then
just quickly checking the receipts there, Manjot. You're right. You loved Eckler in preseason. You had him ranked running back 3, and Taylor and I full of hate for Eckler and had him at 4. So
yeah, imagine, guys. I had him right, bang on. I was closer. Yeah, there we go. I had him closer. I had him over McCaffrey, didn't I?
He's just a massive safety blanket. He's a safety blanket for her. And it's only going to get worse if Mike Williams is out for ages. So
with Keenan Allen not being there either.
Yeah,
Keenan came back for half.
Yeah, he'll get him back presumably after the bye. But honestly, that dump off is just Herbert's best friend right now, and he's just going to keep fucking doing it.
I'll tank every fantasy league, by the way, this week just to have Eckler on the roster. I'll do that. I'll lose every fantasy league. Give me Eckler, by the way. Anyone listening? Just want Eckler. Just want Eckler, please, Taylor.
For last year, I finally believed in him.
Yeah, finally. And that's when I
It
roasted
started
your
shit.
team.
Or do
You
I?
must
Because I
have
had
been
him
hating
4,
life
so
after
I
2
probably hate
weeks.
him. Yeah, I probably hate him because I had him 4.
Yeah. All right. Pastry Performer of the Week. The
The big one.
award.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Any guesses, guys? Who would you guys choose as
I'm
Pastry
going to say
Performer?
Burrow.
Who you got, Maddie?
I can't believe you stole my pick. I'm going to say Gino.
Yeah. I actually look. I did say earlier that Burrow would feature in one of these, and it definitely was the Pastry Performer of the Week. I had to go with Burrow. 481 yards. Just, oh man, you were just 19 yards away from having a yet another 500-yard game.
Yeah.
So it was just, look, Burrow, very close, but that's all right. You're throwing very well. 3 touchdowns. Only took the 3 sacks at 138.2 passer rating. Insane stats for Joe Burrow. I had him over Patrick Mahomes in the freaking team of the week even. I thought that was tough. I thought that was tough for Mahomes because he was playing well. I thought it was
Mahomes
tough
scored
for
like
him.
40 in most leagues as well,
And
didn't he?
he diced a Niners defense like it was nothing. Compared to Joe Burrow dicing the Atlanta defense. So I think Patty Mahomes was definitely worth it too.
Yeah, he's definitely worth an honorary pastry to
Mahomes was looking like a young Marcus Mariota out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Gets that tough 49ers defense. Oh, the 49ers.
Yeah.
Their defense is just not what it was, the poor buggers. I'm not going to give you, too much shit, Manjot, really. It's tough out there
the
for the 49ers.
injuries, come on. Please.
I'm not going to give you any crap about it, but yeah.
Yeah, look, I had a full rant on Good Egg Gridiron if anyone wants to listen to that. I have full rant about the Niners, about Tom Brady, about Aaron Rodgers, the Colts. Man, no one was safe from Rant Jot this week on Good Egg Gridiron. So,
Rant Jot.
look,
Bring
if
Rant
anyone
Jot.
wants more of the shit sandwich awards, then you can go there and find it. But look, the Pastry Performers, of course, sponsored by Pastry Press NFL. We'll get this one out. Yeah, and just before we go, if in case any of you have amnesia, and just so I can have a chance to record a TikTok for our Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. Yeah, I've got to do it. So look, for our TikTok viewers, you guys gonna get the great backgrounds of my bookshelf again once my phone actually decides to load up shit and show my face. Yeah,
Looking forward to that.
All right, here we go. My phone finally loading up. There we go. Still in the same freaking brown shirt that was last week. So, yeah. Niners losing. You guys don't even deserve a freaking jersey. Anyway, here we go. So for my rookie Pastry Performer of the Week award, had Kenneth Walker the third. What a performance by him. 23 carries, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns. Then, of course, Aussie Pastry Performer, I went with Mitchell Schnowski. The 1 punt, 29 yards, forced a fault. Like, that punt was just mocked. So, good punt by him. Defensive Pastry Performers, I went with Juwan Thornhill and Roquan Smith, AFC and MC, respectively. Then, the Offensive Pastry Performer Awards, I went AFC Jamar Chase, NFC Kenneth Walker yet again. Of course, the Fantasy Pastry Performer, Austin Eckler. And finally, Joe Burrow won our Pastry Performer of the Week award after this 481-yard and 3 touchdown day against Atlanta. And there you go, guys. There you go. That will be on the TikTok coming up. So yeah,
Espanol.
In Espanol, we have a Spanish second audio program.
I did not expect us to be big in Spanish language. I really didn't.
Yeah. For our TikTok audience, that will be up very shortly after we upload these episodes. We'll get that off on Friday, hopefully. So yeah, Friday night, that'll be up.
And that'll be Thursday in both of those major Spanish speaking zones as well between Spain and Mexico. So yeah, it'll be Thursday night for you lot.
It will, yeah. So thanks for listening to the Pastry Performer segment. I think, look, we've got to diagnose a few pastries with Dr. Goodcall. Surely a few of his pastry guys got a few pastries. Yeah.
You get the doctor in, right? I'm looking forward to this segment because what a week. It was just another weird week.
With what we're looking at, it is not great.
Look, Goff, I was looking at him in the first round.
He wasn't, but I was rattled at wide receiver this week. I guarantee I go last.
Yeah, wide receiver is very, very interesting.
I'm not sure about really any of them, so we'll just say Dr. Good.
Yeah, I wasn't actually. I was thinking about picking him up, but then, yeah, I just didn't. I'm going with Irv Smith Jr.
Ooh, nice.
Smooches will have to wait.
Smooches, I was ready for that one.